Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a message called Protection Carries You. We invite you onto the broad back of a great and powerful bird called protection. When you climb onto the back of this bird, there is nothing for you to do. The only thing you are in charge of is your state of mind. You are not in charge of the actions of the body. You are not in charge of the speech. You are only in charge of the state of mind, working with the state of mind and riding on this bird. It is very, very simple. There is no complexity for you to handle. The only complexity you will encounter is in the thought tangles of the mind, and as you encounter these tangles, you can release them through willingness. Willingness. We invite you to bask in that state of willingness for a moment. Feel that openness. Feel that open-heartedness. When you are in a state of willingness, you say yes to healing. The purpose of soaring high on this bird is the healing of the mind. We speak of healing of the mind, but you do experience, or you have experienced, sickness of the body. Sickness is an attempt to crawl back into separate identity. Something about wholeness sent you into an attempt to claim identity in the body. Bodily sickness is about fear, and no matter what you believe you fear in time and space, it is the wholeness that you truly fear. This is very good news, because the only thing you fear is harmless and loves you and all truly. You have every reason to let fear go. The experience of bodily sickness is a deep and clear invitation, so give thanks for the depth and the clarity. It is unmistakable. It cannot be ignored, and that is good. Give thanks for invitations that cannot be ignored, and know that you have never done wrong. Remember that all things work together for the benefit of all. If you accept this invitation, you are sharing this invitation with the world, and that is a great blessing. Accepting this invitation means stepping onto the broad back of this soaring bird called protection. To what are you being invited? Physical sickness or discomfort is an invitation to notice emotion. Emotion is an invitation to notice thought. Thought is where all of the work that blesses all can be done. The invitation opens the way to the only change that matters, change in your thinking. Just because you have thought wrong doesn't make you wrong. You are forever blessed, forever held in peace and love, and nothing can ever change that. Being willing to allow your thoughts to change means that you are ready to recognize that you have been held forever in love, that you have never been harmed, despite what this dream may tell you, and that you have never harmed. Being willing to allow your thoughts to change means that you are willing to receive very, very good news about yourself and all. There is a source of wrong thought, and you invented it. This you is every being across time and space. God's child invented ego. Why? How? There are answers we can give you to these questions that will help you on your way. But first we have to point out that it never happened. We're giving you answers about an illusion, and an illusion isn't real. However, talking about this illusion can help you ease out of it. Using the symbols of this illusion can assist you. Remembering that we're talking about what never happened and still seems to be happening, how did it start? The best story for you to hear about this right now is that you were curious. In heaven, fully one with the light, you asked a question. What would not harmony be like? This is the same question as what would not real be like? And this world is your answer to that question, a world of opposites and struggle and death. You made this up. The best story for you to hear right now about how you made this up is not a true story, because it is a story about something unreal. As you go on, you may receive different stories that are helpful, or you may stop receiving stories at all. Just know for now that this story will help you relax into trust. You invented a machine, let's say, because that is a convenient symbol. This machine streams egoic thoughts to all beings across time and space. Thoughts about separation, about separate aspects of separate things. These thoughts keep the beings in a hypnotism, believing the illusion is real. And now it's time to change the story a little. It's not a machine. It's more like a computer made out of layers of thought. And this computer streams separation thoughts to everyone. When you, with Spirit's help, see the nothingness of all egoic thought, including the layers of thought in what seems to be that central thought computer, then you see through the unreal. When you see through the unreal, then you know it never happened. Knowing it never happened, there is no one to blame. Innocently, you made the mistake of dropping into and attaching to a nightmare. You are being assisted out of it now. When you are willing to be assisted out of your nightmare, you step onto the broad back of this bird called protection. Protection soars high above whatever seems to be happening, showing you what is real and what is not. Looking down at the landscape, you begin to see sparkles here and there. You begin to see light around things, light shining through things, light shining forth from things. It matters not at all what the things are. Protection, through silent and loving communication with you, is showing you how to allow the sight of light to become more important than the sight of any separate thing. When this is more important to you than anything else, that's what you will see. Everything perceived as separate belongs in Spirit's hands. This bird, protection, carries you up and away from everything perceived as separate, and it leaves all of the separate things for Spirit to handle. Your job is in the seeing and the willingness to see sparkles turn into beams. From this willingness, thought and speech and action do come, but it is not up to you to analyze or evaluate that. When you think of what is not up to you to do, feel the relaxation of that and accept this gift of the ride upon protection. You can trust Spirit to handle every interpretation for you. There is no need to ground the bird, so perceived you can go handle something. Perceived as separate you does not exist. But when you feel the struggle and the tension of perceived as separate you trying to handle something, here is protection right next to you on the ground, offering you a ride. Through protection, everything on the ground gets handled. Our love for you is eternal, and we bless you in every moment. Thank you for soaring cloud high with us. Thanks for listening.